If you have ever made a study timetable that you didn't follow for more than 2 days, then this video is for you. Because as a Nigerian student, our problem is already piling up for you. Our problem is already unique. If it's not NEPA wahala, it is church, it is how church, it is noise, it is how to cut off distraction and stuff. So when it comes to creating a study timetable, like I always say, our study timetable must be very realistic. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how you can be able to create a flexible timetable that I have been using, that I've been giving it out to a lot of people, and you can use it and you can easily customize this timetable, like I said, to be very flexible and realistic, suiting your personality and where you tend to find yourself. If you're coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, my name is Basi Ejogba. I'm a 400 level student at the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science, and in my channel I represent level of the academic game. I also share tips on this channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting videos like this, can continue getting updates like this, and in turn you will help me grow. And just like I've said, I'm going to talk about how you can be able to create a timetable, and not just creating a timetable to be generalistic. I'm going to show you how you can create a very realistic timetable, how you can create a very flexible timetable as a Nigerian student, whether you are in the secondary school or whether you are at the university. Now, there are a lot of reasons why some of these study timetable fail, why you have created timetable and it tends to be like if your village people are running after you. It's like as if your village people don't want you to study. Now, the reason is because, number one, you are copying what someone else is doing, right? You are not following yourself. You are copying because your friend don't prepare timetable, or your friend has prepared timetable. You not tell your friend to snap it, or you go to your friend's house, see his timetable, and you not copy it, right? You are copying someone else's life, and copying someone else's life, you may not be able to continue in the game, right? You may not be able to continue in the vibe because it is not your life. You are basically copying another person's life, and copying another person's life, you cannot fit in, right? So it is bound for sure that when you copy someone's timetable, you will surely fail, because the time that person has to create that timetable, or the time that person used in creating that timetable, like 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. I will study and stuff like that, it might be that person is free from that 7 p.m. but you are not free from that 7 p.m. and when you now copy that timetable, it is now as if you are not following your timetable, and you will now start feeling guilty. Number two is that when you plan, you write your timetable, but you don't give room for interruption. You create your timetable as if you are perfect, as if the house you are finding yourself is perfect, as if you are the only, like you are the all-knowing, right? So you must, when creating your timetable should be very realistic. You should know that, bro, from 8:30 I feel no study again, oh, so let me make this timetable from 7 o'clock to 8:30, instead of deceiving yourself that is going to be from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Why I'm saying this is because you have to be very realistic. Now, when you create your timetable from 7 o'clock to 8:30, and you know that you might not be chanced from that 8:30 to 9 o'clock, you still have the opportunity of coming back from 9 o'clock to read, right? And you will not feel guilty. But when you create your timetable that must follow from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in a very rigid way, you get the fact that you'll be feeling very guilty, especially when you are not able to meet up, especially like when you are not being interrupted or when you are not being distracted, right? It will not be like, oh bro, I'm not following up with, like, I am no longer serious with my stuff like that. And like I said, it gives a lot of guilty conscience, right? And also, some people plan their study timetable as if they are robots and not students. They plan timetable as if all is well with them. They plan their timetable as if they don't have feelings for themselves. This is basically because you are copying from someone else, because you never had the time to understand who you are. You never have the time to study who you are, right, to discover yourself. So you create a timetable like a robot, forgetting that as a student you have a lot of activities, you have a lot of schedules that will basically take up your time. So in the course of you creating this timetable, it should be able to put all factors into consideration, just like we used to say in the lab. Avoid error due to parallax, putting all factors into consideration, right? So basically your timetable should be one that has put all factors into consideration. Don't just create a timetable because you feel like creating a timetable, or in a very robotic way. Whenever you're creating a timetable, put your feelings in it, and see how you can create a very realistic study timetable, right? So to create this timetable, right, you need a smart strategy. So let me bring in the smart strategy. The smart strategy simply falls in what I call the 3P formula. right? The 3P formula, 3P, like 3 and P, right? That means the PPP, right? The first P is what is known as the peak hours formula. So the peak hours formula is simply studying the hardest topics when your mind is sharp, right? That period when your mind is sharp, that period when your mind is fresh, mostly is during your morning. That's early morning, right? That is the time your mind is sharp, that is the time your mind is fresh. It is always advised that you study that hard topic, that hardest topic, that topic that you're always finding it difficult. It is always necessary, it is always advised that you study it during that period, because at that time your brain is sharp, at that time you are not thinking of anything, right? So studying it at that particular time will enable your mind accommodate it, and you will easily understand it. The second P is priority subject, right? So when it comes to the priority subject, it simply means focusing on that topics that carry most mark, that topic that carry a lot of mark, right? There are some subjects that carry more mark than others, especially in the university. We have something that's known as the credit unit, right? So you get to find out that there are some topic with there are some subject with 2 credit unit, 1 credit unit, 3 credit unit. So focusing more on 3 credit unit will give you high advantage than focusing more on 1 credit unit, right? Also focusing on the weak subject, that subject you know you are not good in, that will surely bring you down. Focusing more on them is simply giving it priority to see how we can be able to pass it, right? Not just feel it, right? So it's very, very important you give priority to some of the subjects. You cannot treat all the subjects all the courses you are offering in a semester equal. It is never done that way. Although you will try to do it, but you get to find out that naturally in your subconscious you'll be drifting gradually from it. And the third P is by protecting your environment. And what I mean by protecting your environment is simply studying in a place where you will be least distracted, because when you're studying, especially when you're staying in your family house and stuff like that, you will surely be distracted. But the thing is not just not being distracted, it's about studying a place where you be least distracted, where the distractions are not going to be that much, right? Where you can easily put them into their play and tell them, no bro, I study, I beg, right? Or you can even in the house, right? You can get a place that you know that okay, this place is my study place, so I beg I study, nobody should come to this place, right? So you should use the third P, which is protecting your environment, which is studying a place where you'll be least distracted, although the distraction will surely come, but you should know how to minimize it at that particular point. So I would have loved to give a sample study timetable. So if I want to talk about it now, it's going to take you a lot of time to be able to get this right now, right? So if you need a very realistic study timetable as a student, drop it in the comment section. Just tell me, sir, please, I need a realistic study timetable. I will drop my WhatsApp number with you, chat me on WhatsApp, and I will get to ask you some necessary questions. And the questions you ask, I will ask you, and the answers you give to me will help me tell you how to prepare a very realistic timetable, and you get to find out that you will enjoy it and you will follow it very diligently. So that is basically how it has to be, right? So when it comes to timetable, your timetable doesn't have to be long, right? It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? We are not looking at perfection. That is one thing I am. If you have been following my YouTube, you know that I am not someone that looks at perfection. It just what basically you need is something that works for you, something that can work for you, not something that you are following everybody, right? You are following the crowd, right? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to get the magic formula that works for you and you follow it, right? Start with what is realistic, track your progress, and adjust weekly. And most importantly, like I said, most importantly, forgive yourself, because there are some days that you'll not be able to follow that timetable. Forgive yourself because there are some days that you'll not be able to read those hours, like read for all those hours that you have planned that you are going to read for. And like I said, if you need me to help you prepare a realistic timetable, drop it in the comment section. And how far have you ever prepared a study timetable? Just drop in the comment section. Have you prepared a study timetable? How was it like? Was it something that you were able to follow throughout that semester or throughout that term, or it was just something, like I said, you were able to just follow it for 2 days? If you love this video and you should continue getting videos like this, you should continue getting updates like this, helpful and productive videos like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, and also share these videos to your friends so they can come here and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. But I'll see you in my next video. Always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you. Thank you.